Hi, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. Today we're going to regale you with tales of the Bard. I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues.
Dave.
Ted.
Nate.
And I guess I should introduce myself as Ryan, the entertainer. That's right.
You're the entertainer?
I guess. Not the exotic kind.
Entertainment from For Nerds by Nerds?
For nerds by nerds. I didn't say that?
You
I don't
did.
think so. Yeah,
Maybe?
I think I
I
said
don't know.
Alright.
So in
So,
the comments below.
Yeah, tell us if you said it or not.
even though we could just go back and watch it.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
Bard, 5th edition, Dungeons & Dragons. What do we think?
They sing, they dance.
Or they could be exotic performers.
They cast spells no one else
They
can.
could totally be stripping their way to inspiration.
They could perform with
Poles.
I was going to say with weapons or with words. You know,
Yeah.
the guy in your 5th edition campaign, I had no idea he was a bard. You know, he's decked out in weapons and armor, and the next thing you know, he just starts prattling on about this story.
He's got a 10 charisma. I don't think he knows he's a
He's
bard.
not, very good. He's not that kind of bard.
Yeah, we're going to have to delve into that at some point. How are you a bard? You have a 10 charisma and you pass yourself off as a guardsman successfully.
Yeah.
So, these are the most generic bard of all the editions, I think. They're the most bardy of bards. They've really captured the essence of the bard
Bardtastic.
with
So you're saying they're generic, but in a good way.
in a good way. Yeah, I think what they strove for throughout the editions of Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder is for that jack of all trades, master of none feel, which they kind of completed that in the sense that the bards were never really good at anything. But I don't feel that way about this bard. This bard, you can get into this bard and play this bard, and this bard is a full-blown spellcaster too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not spellcaster light in previous editions.
Right.
They have a very selective spell list. Mostly illusion, enchantment, charm, and then with the sonic type stuff you would expect from a bard.
There's some good damage spells in there.
Unlike
yeah.
some of the other classes that have, that non-arcane, situation, they do get unique spells. Whereas in previous editions, those were, few and far between. Now it's just like, okay, yeah, that's clearly a bard spell.
Yeah, everybody's got unique spells in 5th edition pretty much. I
Right.
mean, if they have their own spell list, at least a handful of spells on there are exclusive to that class. I mean, that's one of the things that I love and I disdain at the same time, right? Because I'm like, Ensnaring Strike is such an awesome spell for my druid that can't cast it.
Well, except for now with the bard, the awesome thing is you can make any spell become your spell too. I mean, if we're on the subject of spellcasting, it's not something you get until later on, unless you go the College of Lore. But the fact that you can make basically you can put like 6 different spells from any list and make them a bard spell. So you could get Ensnaring Strike as a
bard.
As say the College of Valor, that
Yeah.
you're probably more apt to go and mix it up anyway. Yeah.
That's true, but I almost
it's
feel
not
like,
it's not optimal, but you could.
yeah, I kind of feel like when you get that at 10th level.
Well, yeah, the first one you get a 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a feeling you're not going to
You're
take the
probably-
first level spell.
Yeah.
Although you can rearrange your spells.
Yeah.
So you could do it. And it's not bad because it is an extra effect and extra damage on a spell that's a bonus action to cast,
Right.
Right.
which is kind of cool.
And is it one of those scalable spells you can cast at higher level? Is that?
It's probably got some scaling, right?
Ensnaring Strike may or may not. I am not positive on that.
I'm not super familiar with that spell, so I'm not.
Some of the ones that you can target one guy, you get.
You know what? I'm
target
pretty
multiple
sure
ones
it probably
if you-
is
if you
because
up it.
the ranged version of it, the something Hail of Thorns or whatever, that
Mhm.
one lets you scale it. So you probably
Okay.
could.
Yeah, but the Ensnaring Strike is more of a control thing where you're restrained. You hit them, you do your damage. You might do some extra
You
damage.
cast a spell at the slot of second level or higher, the damage increases by d6 for each slot beyond the first.
Yeah, and most of them,
There you go.
it's a bit of a damage creep is what tends to happen anyway.
But the really nice thing is you can pick as a 10th level bard, you can pick 5th level spells.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
some of
absolutely.
the 5th level spells
Yeah.
and other classes that you know have available to you. are
Well,
really
the other
impressive.
thing too is like most of the spellcasters that have spells known, when they gain new spell levels, they can swap out.
Mm.
So they can change the ones, which is kind of weird in itself in some ways, but it does offer that layer of flexibility. But spells is only like one part of the bard. There's a lot of other stuff going on there. They definitely incorporated all the performance stuff from previous editions. And depending on what college you go, determines what you can do with it. Like there's this generic pool of stuff where, you're just giving bonuses to other people or increasing their healing during a rest. But then in addition to that, each college has their own special thing.
Well, should we start off with the basics and the fact that you get 3 music instruments and 3 proficiencies of choice?
You mean 3 skills? Yeah.
3 skill proficiencies.
Right. So I mean that's cool because you can build any kind of bard you want.
Yeah, you can do anything, and then if you actually wind up going with the College of Lore, you double that, so you get another 3 skill proficiencies.
If you count the instruments, and then you're going to get 4, unless you get languages from your background.
You're gonna get 2 from the background.
Well, you're also going to get 2 tools, unless they're languages.
You're right. It depends how the mix is distributed between languages, tools, and I think languages and tools are pretty equivocal, and skills are a little like they're kind of a little higher tiered. Definitely.
Let's talk about thieves tools. I think they're a little bit better.
Yeah, a little, but they're still lumped in with all tools, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
but essentially, this edition of the Bard is the ultimate skill monkey.
Yeah.
Especially if you go College of Lore.
Right.
Now, if you go the other way, College of Valor, instead you got to deal with just getting weapon proficiencies and armor and shield. Yeah.
So that's you wind up getting a little bit there. At 6th level with the College of Valor, you wind up getting that extra attack, which is only a level behind the fighter, so it's not too bad. I mean, you're not winding up getting, the fighting style.
But you're still a full caster. So you're
But
full
you're still a
caster.
full
That
caster,
gets an
right.
extra
Right.
attack at 6th level.
Right.
Yeah. Well, not only that too. Although they could have probably given it to at 5th, but I mean the Warlock can get it at 5th.
Right.
And also, you get better armor as the Valor, right?
Yes, you wind up getting medium armor and shield. You still don't get and martial weapons, but you don't get the heavy armor. But that's what feats are for.
But one of the cool things that the Valor get, I actually like the Valor, but I think the Lore is way better.
yeah.
I agree.
The Valor, you also get, I don't know which level, 14th level maybe, where you can cast a spell and use your bonus action to make an attack.
Right. Yeah. It almost gets a little bit of that like Blade Singer feel, the Elven Prestige or kit or whatever that you could do.
That they had once upon a time in some
second edition. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and so that's kind of cool. You can drop a fireball on someone's face and then stab them,
Yeah, that's the other College of Valor. That's battle magic, 14th
Yes.
level.
which is pretty good. And so it says, what does it say? Under that, you get a bonus action. You can make an attack.
At 14th level, you have mastered the art of weaving spellcasting and weapon into a single harmonious act. When you use your action to cast a bard spell, you can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay. The reason why I ask is it's real subtle in 5th edition, but the language is very specific.
It's a little lawyer, because you could totally all right. They changed this around a little bit.
Well, yeah, but they do that for the reason, for the lawyers, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Because there is some instances, because if it said, as a bonus action, you can take your attack action. Well, that would
means
actually,
you can attack twice
that would
because
be-
of the 6th level thing.
Yeah, that would be all your attacks, but it's
Yeah.
only the one.
You can use a weapon, make 1 weapon attack. It
Yeah, very
specifically says
specific.
1.
Look,
And
you
it's-
cheating lawyer's bastard! You can only get 1 weapon attack. All right, you know what you're up to.
and they're very clear. When you get something, it's as a bonus action or it's incorporated within the action. It's only 1. It's not.
Or you can't stack unarmored defense on unarmored defense, or any of the things we've tried whoring over. There's a rule saying you can't do that somewhere.
Specifically, it says Nerdarchy, you cannot do this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to an extent, as long as we played 3-5, we're always looking for those things that work well together, both thematically and mechanically. And it's like, oh, well, how can I combine things? And I'm still used to looking for that.
The combining things in this edition is like the suboptimal thing to do.
It's like, no, you can't do that, or you don't want to do that. And I'm like,
There's not too much you can't do that. It's that it's not the overpowered optimal thing to do.
Especially when you're talking about, your stat bumps are happening within 4 level blocks of your specific class. It makes multi-classing a lot less attractive. Now, what I would probably do is just, if I'm going to multi-class, just make all those classes in like 4-level blocks or whatever. So this way you're always getting your stat bump. Or you could just play the Bard that has a bit of a feeling of everything.
You can always dip into one level of one class one time, and it doesn't affect your adjustment by much, only by a level.
By a level, yeah.
Because your last stat bump comes at 19th.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so if you dip into something else,
Just once, yeah, that makes sense.
it kind of works.
Well, yeah. Although, then it's going to preclude you from getting the level 20 whatever if the thing was really cool for the.
But I mean, if
the
you're going to
class you
multi-class, that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
You're boned.
Yeah.
And if you got up to
yeah.
19th level, what's the chance? I mean, maybe you'll get to the 21st when there's a 21st available, you know?
Yeah, well, that's it. You know they're going to come out with the epic level handbook or whatever it's going to be called.
The more epicer. Yeah.
Yeah, epicist.
Yeah, that's right. Because I mean, once epic became into the popular lexicon, like epics become less epic if everything is epic.
Since we're talking 20th level, superior inspiration. At 20th level, when you roll initiative and have no uses of bardic inspiration left, you regain 1 use.
So you just burn them all.
So if you just continually burn your inspiration every round, you
Always have it.
You always have it.
You only roll per.
Yeah, you only roll
per
initiative
encounter.
once.
Oh,
per encounter.
that's true. Yeah, see, again, trying to.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that at a certain level, bards also I think is a 5th level font of inspiration. They no longer
they get it back as a short rest
instead of a long rest.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so it bumps up their inspiration by a lot.
Yeah, and when you have a charisma better than a 10, man, you get so much inspiration. Yeah. When you have like a 20 charisma, so you can easily drop inspiration, like 10, 15 times a day. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, actually, and I love how the mechanic works too. I like the fact that it's a bonus that you give to somebody else. They have 10 minutes to use it however they want. And it's just extra, an extra die roll, whether it's on damage, whether it's for a skill check to hit, to armor class. I mean, that's kind of the cool thing that the College of Valor gets as a reaction. Someone's hitting your buddy upside the head with a club, and you can be like, fold that here, add a die 8 to your armor class. Yeah.
Duck, stick and move.
Dodge!
Stick and move. That looks like it's gonna hurt. Yeah, you're just.
Well, that looks like it's hurt. That's when they use the die to reduce the damage.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I'm just imagining too, playing a bard with a criminal background. You could like go with the sort of like thief guildmaster that like inspires your thieves to be better. So you give them advice on how to do it, and then give them an inspiration to throw for the picking of the pocket or whatever.
Wait a minute, you're thinking about a character class with a criminal background?
Oh, yeah.
Outrageous.
Because Ryan doesn't do that.
You're gonna have to make that character a College of Valor so you can have whip proficiency.
Is that the only way you can get whip? Because of the melee.
Yeah. Well, there's other ways you can get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take Weapon Master as a feat and get proficiency in 4 martial weapons.
Why do you have to have the whip?
To help inspire your Thieves Guild members to work harder. And
Literally cracking the whip.
Right. Yeah. It's not absolutely necessary.
I guess you could use it without proficiency.
Yeah.
One of the things I was thinking about with the spellcasting of the Bard being on par with other spellcasters, so it's like, well, if you took College of Valor, how does that stack up against Eldritch Knight? And well, College of Valor, you become more fightery, but you still have all the spellcasting ability.
Right.
While Eldritch Knight, looking at it at 3rd level, you start off as a low-level caster, and even at 20th, you only have a 4th level spell.
Yeah, you're a way better caster.
Yeah, you're now you are a better fighter because you got all the maneuvers.
Yeah, you don't want to challenge him to a duel.
Yeah,
that doesn't involve spells.
Yeah, if it doesn't all out involve spells, the Eldritch Knight is just going to have too much more fighter stuff over you, and then heavy armor and all that into it. So basically, if you want to be more of a fightery type caster, you could do the Eldritch Knight if you still wanted to have access to spells, and if you wanted to do more of a spellcaster that fights a little bit, you could just go with the Bard. Because I kind of think of just using one class rather than sticking multiple ones together.
Because all the Bard's got to do is just whittle it down a little bit, power word kill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Bard functions best when you have a bit of a party going, whereas like the Eldritch Knight's going to function better if you're a smaller party.
Yeah.
Like if you're in that 3 to 4 people party, you might go Eldritch Knight. Maybe you want the Bard for like the sort of 5 to 6 player party, something like that.
Right.
Although, I mean, there are some really nice things with his second level ability.
Yeah, the bard can really help out
the
a
healing,
small party too.
Yeah,
Well.
the extra D6 when everybody heals, that's super helpful.
Mhm.
And then just the inspiration thing.
So, pretty good overall. Overall, I would say that in editions past, I've read through the Bard and I've never been inspired to actually play one, but looking at this mock-up or looking at the rules, it's certainly something I would be interested in playing.
Have any of you guys played a Bard?
I've played a second edition bard.
I think I've had I've had 3rd edition Bards.
I don't think I've ever played a Bard.
I think I almost played a Bard.
Well, I would definitely play a bard looking at this.
I think I did make a 2nd edition Bard, but he never was played.
Was it what was the kit with the blades? Was it called a blade? I don't know.
Blade Singer, Blade Master, or something along those
Wait,
lines.
you had a Blade character, I think, in one of Dave's campaigns.
I had a Blade Singer in one of Dave's campaigns.
No, I think you built the Bard with the
Which you'd
Blade.
think would be a bard thing, but
Yeah.
Except for they make horrible blade singers. It's really
Yeah,
tough to
terrible.
get the requirements.
Yeah.
Back in the day of 3rd edition. So, magical secrets. I guess we did we touch on that?
A little bit, just a little bit, but we might want to touch on it.
Yeah,
more.
because it's kind of important. They get it at 18th level, they get it at 14th level, and they get it at 10th level, which is pretty badass because basically that's what we were saying. The Bard can cast spells from any caster's list, so they can take 6 spells that are from any list and just add it to their list.
Yeah. Well, and you're casting it with your primary stat ability modifier. It's not like where the elf has its racial ability where it gets a cantrip, but it's still casting
As
that
a
spell
wizard,
as
yeah.
a wizard. And if you're a fighter, intelligence might be like intelligence or charisma are very likely to be your dump stats. So yeah, they're casting it like very much on their own terms, which is pretty sweet.
And then if you're, College of Lore Bard, you actually get 2 more spells in addition to that, which are bonus spells known. They don't count against your known spells. So that's a whopping 8 spells from all the caster.
Any
list.
list, yeah.
And the interesting thing about that is it does not say at 10th level pick a list and get 2 spells. It says pick 2 spells, from anywhere. So
you don't get stuck with 2 druid spells.
Right. So it's going to be like, all right, at 10th level, I'm going to take this druid spell, and I'm going to take this wizard spell, and then at 14th level, I'm going to take this paladin spell and then this ranger spell. So you really can mix from
and match.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think
I kind of want to play a mountain dwarf.
Of course you want to play a mountain.
Everything goes down to a dwarf.
It's always going to be
It's a
mountain dwarf.
dwarfocracy.
Yeah. And go College of Lore.
And still wear the medium armor.
And
You
wear
like
my
medium
medium armor
armor.
anyway.
Yeah. It's like,
I can have my medium armor and wear it too.
you're just looking over at the College of Valor bar and like, see, I can do this. I can
Yeah.
cast spells all day.
Got my axe.
Yeah, you got
I
your
got my
axe.
hammer.
I got my martial weapons. I got my medium armor. Who needs the College of Valor?
Yeah, your
Skills.
college sucks.
And plus I was thinking like when I saw that you can any spell, the spell that actually came to mind, there's spells like Hex and Hunter's Mark are friggin' amazing spells because you cast them as bonus actions. They just give you bonus damage.
Right.
Especially if you're playing like against type and you're playing that kind of a character. And both of them last a long time.
Right.
I just thought of Hunter's Mark when I thought to bring up Hex, but Hex to me is kind of thematic too. So, there's tons of spells like that. You just sift through, and you can really create a unique bard every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and like we're saying that College of Valor is like a little suboptimal, but it's like if you're making the front and center like bruiser sort of character that also happens to be a bard.
Half
Yeah,
orc.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Half orc
the-
bard.
like the leadership, lead through example kind of bard kind of
Right.
thing. Where
Right.
you're-
Exactly.
Well, I mean, they're designed to be this Skald type character, right? They're designed to be up there in front. They're designed to fight, and they can do it, and they can do it well.
Fight are good, but
Yeah. But yeah, we didn't mention they get ritual casting.
Oh, yeah.
You either talk about that or keep bashing the College of Valor.
I like
you try College
Valor.
Valor. You try.
Okay, who likes College of Valor?
I do like it.
I'd play
It's decent, yeah. But
College of Lore just gets way better
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It kind of pantses the College of Valor.
Well, it goes to an extreme level of spellcasting. You can choose so many spells from other places.
Yeah,
no one else
eight
gets
spells from
you know.
anywhere.
So it's a very unique power in their class.
Well, no, not 8 spells from anywhere, because the College of Valor gets the 6
yeah.
to choose from. They don't get the 2 bonus.
Right, but the lore gets the extra 2 for 8, total of 8, which is super handy. Well, also too, so like a lot of the Bard spells are pretty like subtle manipulation type of stuff. So with those 6 spells, you can get some of your big Evo spells that you might want as a character that really do some of that controller sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I guess here's the thing. I get in gameplay, I guess the extra attack actually does even out because here's the thing: you get to use that every freaking round, compared to the 2 extra spells you're going to get to know. And then it's just based on how many spells
situational.
Yeah, I mean, unless you take cantrips,
Right.
you know.
Well, it still doesn't let you do 2 of them a piece.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking from the line. My line of thinking is okay. You have. I'm trying to justify the College of Valor in my mind because although thematically it feels cool, I'm like, man, another one just seems so much better.
Well, because you're looking at let's break it down to a direct comparison. College of Lore. Three skill proficiencies of choice versus medium armor, shield, and martial weapons. If you're going to be the martial character that's going to take the College of Valor, that's absolutely yes. Give me the better armor. Let me put on a shield. Let me pick up a better weapon. Ideal, and not a bad trade off unless you've got Mr. Mountain Dwarf happy over here.
Then you get boned.
Then
There's a whole bunch of stuff you already have.
at third level, you can use your bardic inspiration to do other stuff. Let's see here. Third level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your bardic inspiration.
Your mother wears army boots.
And subtract the number from the what the creature rolled. Versus combat inspiration, you're inspiring people in battle. A creature that has bardic inspiration die from you can roll that die and add the number roll for weapon damage it just made. Alternatively, when an attack roll is made against the creature, it can use its reaction die to add the number to its AC. So the combat inspiration, you're giving it to others to, make them better in combat, versus the cutting words is you're, trying to hamper your enemy.
They kind of do the same thing in a different way. The only thing different though is with the combat inspiration is the fact that you can actually reduce damage with that one, right?
I believe so.
No, they can do more combat inspiration. If I give it to you, you can do more damage or increase your AC.
The cutting words, though, can reduce damage.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what
he said.
Yeah. So, because within 60 feet, it's a attack, an ability check, or damage roll.
Right.
You can use a reaction to reduce. So you can say, hey, you're already getting hit, so...
So then at 6th level, you're getting either the 2 bonus spells that can come from anywhere, or an extra attack. And we've already looked at that one. And then you've got Peerless Skill or Battle Magic. Battle Magic under the College of Valor was the one that allows you whenever you cast a spell, you can
make a bonus
smack somebody.
Peerless Skill. When you make an ability check, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration and get that die added to your roll.
So here's my take on it, right? While I feel like the College of Lore looks shinier and flashier, I feel like the College of Valor is actually more useful, like in the sense that you're going to use it over and over again.
Yes.
Every round you can actually use those benefits.
More frequency. You're going to use it with more frequency.
So it has less flair but more use. Whereas the other stuff, it looks more impressive, but how often is that going to come up?
because every round in combat you can cast a spell as a bonus action or as an action and take a bonus attack, or you can take 2 attacks.
Right.
Where the other stuff is a lot more situational and just gives you more, more options.
Well, it is specifically a bard spell, so you can't do it with cantrips. You can't do a cantrip and then do your bonus action attack. So you eventually run out of spells. So, but it is better. Yeah, you get a lot of mileage out of that bonus action of attacking.
Well, yeah, but like at 20th level, or if you look
Yeah,
at,
you're not going to run out of spells anytime soon.
well, you're at 14th level is when you get it, and if you look at 14th level, I mean,
17 spells.
it's
that's
a lot of spells.
That's a lot of its bonus action.
So
attack,
for 17 rounds, you could actually attack and cast a spell.
Right, so, and whatever deity your
And,
character
I'm not
worships
sure-
help you if you have to do more than 17 rounds worth of combat.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's like things are pretty dire.
Yeah, if you're blasting 7th through
And it
first
doesn't
through 7th
actually
level spells.
say that there's a level limit. I mean, or
It just
minimum
says bard spell, as long as it's first level bard spell or up.
Well, no, it doesn't say first level. It just says bard spell.
Well, don't that's the.
Weren't they very specific about cantrip versus spell though? Like
I
a
don't know.
cantrip
That's
is a
what I'm not sure
cantrip.
about.
A cantrip is a cantrip, and everything else
It's
is a spell.
Uh-oh.
Kind of feel like
I don't
We
know.
going-
That's
we
why
going to
that's
the
what I
book?
was going with, was that there was a difference between the cantrip
I
and the
thought
spell.
that's been brought up before with
Yeah.
the was it the warlock ability or something?
Well, you can't do 2 spells in a round if you do something as a bonus action, but you can do a cantrip. But
right. I feel like they go pretty far away to differentiate the two, kind of.
Well, wherever you saw that differentiates.
Now,
the
cantrip
word
is under
spell.
bard spells, so
well,
it's not
that's
like
my point.
They don't say bard
A cantrip
cantrip
is
and
still
then
a cantrip is still a spell. It's just a specific type of spell.
Right.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. By the time we get around,
All cantrips are spells, but all spells are not cantrips. Right?
there you go.
Right,
That
so
might
then
be
you
it.
can do
It's
that
like
every
a word.
round.
Yeah.
Unless the rules say something otherwise. Under cantrips,
Yeah.
But, someone will probably let us know in the comments, be like, you morons, don't you know?
Yes. Our
Poison
research
spray,
team.
smack you with the sword. Poison spray, smack you with the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, so I guess, it does even out. I like the feel. I'll still probably make a mountain dwarf knowledge
Lore.
You'd be like, I'm a skald without a...
Well, that's the other thing about just bards in general, right? So depending on what race you pick, too, a lot of the races give you another either tool or skill.
Yeah.
You know,
Like all elves get
and-
perception.
Elves perception, orcs intimidate.
Mhm.
Half elves just 2 skills. Just
Half
whatever.
elves just get 2. Human variant just gets 1.
Yeah.
So I think it's everybody but the dragonborn, the halfling, and the forest gnome.
Yeah. But the halflings are badass. So.
And the dragonborn you're getting pluses to charisma, so...
All right, well,
And you're getting a bump to charisma too. Well, actually, a dragonborn College of Valor, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And halflings get a bump to charisma as well, and dex. So.
based on the wording here, a cantrip is a spell that can be cast at will.
There you go. So there's
So-
a spell.
Dun, 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 mystery solved.
There we are.
Well, there, you can do it all day.
All day.
Teddy just wanted to
Bonus
get the
attack
jump
and
on jump on the viewers. And be like, no, you're not telling us we were wrong. One more time, damn it.
Well,
We gotta get something right sometime.
It's not that. It's just, you've got the, the interesting dynamic of all of us here. The conversation can happen without the, okay, wait, I'm just going to sit here and look this up so that I know what
Everybody
I'm
stop
talking about.
talking.
Moment of silence. That's great. That's great entertaining television.
Yeah,
effectively.
YouTube,
looking through books.
Not, and conversation still went on, and I got to, look
Well,
up and
excellent.
find it. So.
Yeah.
So,
And better off
College
we
of Valor,
all
you
are
can do a
for it.
cantrip, because it counts as a spell.
And
you
smack
get a bonus
somebody.
attack.
Boom, 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 boom.
So what are the ideal races for Bard? We got Dragonborn with a bonus to charisma.
You got
Half elf is like the ultimate Bard.
The Lightfoot Halfling.
Lightfoot halfling,
Yeah.
human,
Human. Yeah.
tiefling.
Yeah, absolutely.
College lore, Mountain Dwarf.
Well, that's against type, I think.
Yeah.
We'll call that against type, sort of.
Well, I mean, if you want to be kind of a little bit of a fighter, you've got all the...
Well, according
all
to
the
Dave,
goodness.
Mountain Dwarf is the perfect race, so it's the perfect for everything.
It's perfect for everything. Dwarves are just better. It's not their fault.
Yeah, they just do everything better. Dwarves do it better. Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna
alright.
make the Hitler dwarf character. I don't know how you do that with a dwarven beard, the Hitler mustache though. That'd be kind of weird.
Maybe braid it up.
Yeah. This is of no concern.
Or it could
to
be
you.
where he's got a white beard.
Yeah. Oh man.
But anyway.
Wait. So Gnomes get the bonus to intelligence, and then the one's wisdom and one's con, right? Tinker and the
No,
Far-
Dex and Con.
Dex and con.
Yeah, they're not really a good.
They're a
bard
little
choice.
suboptimal. Yeah.
So I think human, half elf, Lightfoot,
Tiefling we said.
Tiefling, Drow.
Dragonborn.
Drow, yeah.
Did Drow get charisma?
Drow get charisma.
Drow do get charisma.
+1, yeah. And there are
And-
others to
And
Dex.
if I don't even know if people can see Ted ripping through his pages on in his book. I don't recommend that for you guys at home with the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons books because
go a little
they're
too
not bound
fast.
very well.
Right. Yeah. Hey, and the plus side with the Drow Bard is since it's not actually like for your inspiration ability, it's not like you're like doing anything in peering in the sunlight or whatever. You're just like handing an ability off to somebody. So, yeah.
I'm just gonna hide over here.
Maybe I'll remake my Drow Pimp character. Yeah,
He must live again.
Yeah, he was a Drow Bard, kind of modeled after Prince. So the performer Prince. You know. Yeah.
Oh, you have barded it up.
I barded it up. Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a 4E.
This edition actually makes me want to play all the classes. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
every time we do another video about a race or class, it's like I want to be that,
Yeah. Well, except for I want to be that class, but a dwarf.
but about dwarf.
I can see that as a dwarf.
Yeah, I
Definitely
could
a mountain
As a
dwarf. I can see that elf as a mountain dwarf.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge. We have to find the class that Dave doesn't want to play the dwarf as.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it is either.
It's not gonna
All of
happen.
them.
Yeah.
I haven't found any character class that I've been like, I just won't ever play that. I think all of them have their merit, and like you can kind of start thinking up different ways of using them, and be excited about it because there's definitely in 2nd edition I can be like, I'm never gonna play that.
Never ever.
Well, I mean, in 2nd edition, there was a lot of things that were more thematic, whereas here there's essentially in-game incentives that make it's like, oh, that sounds cool, or that looks really interesting. Let me play that. So.
Yeah, I just kind of look through the classes and go, what doesn't work as a mountain dwarf, and then then that's the one I don't want to play. But they all work. They all benefit from medium armor.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you just can't be a sneaky rogue.
Druid. Well, if this druid sect is okay with metal armor, is the only thing. They got scale mail. They're all about it.
Yeah, but then you
Underdark
might just
for
have to
your,
go the
terrain.
pickle route.
Yeah.
Well, you still get to use your axes and hammers.
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean,
the axis, it's crescent.
here's the thing. Are you expressly? This is so off topic, but are you expressly
Yes.
barred from using metal armor as a druid? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're bard.
You become a bard, and that brought us back to
Right back to Bards.
Back
See,
to
not
the
off
Bard.
topic at all.
Nope. So true.
So have we, spoken it out? Have we strummed the last chord of bard?
I think the final note has been struck on this one.
Yeah,
But,
I think so. Unless you want to talk about backgrounds on Bards.
Bard backgrounds.
Mm-hmm. But
Well, entertainer works.
Yeah.
If you want another
just
instrument.
in case you need this, and more instrument proficiencies. I don't know, criminal and charlatan I like as well.
Yeah.
They're kind of decent for that. And obviously soldier if you're going to go valor. So many good stuff. Yeah, I think we're done. we barded it up.
Yeah, that's right. We're not gonna have an encore, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so yeah, you can find us on nerdarchy.com. Hang out with us on Facebook and other social media. Basically, if you're on a thing, chances are we're on that thing too as Nerdarchy. So.
And if we're not on that thing,
right.
and you want us to be on that thing, let us
Let us
know.
know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
So with that, until next time, my friends.
Stay nerdy.